Sudanese Sufi Woman, the Forgotten Legacy. Aisha bint Abodliq. Welcome dear audience to this new episode. And meet another important and prominent Sudanese Sufi woman is the focus of our meeting today. So, Sheikh Aisha Abodliq will be presented as part of the series of documentaries that intended to highlight, to introduce Sudanese Sufi women across time. So we bring you, the audience, the remarkable story of a woman who stood at the very heart of Sufi leadership, breaking barriers and rewriting the expectations of her time. In our presence today, Aisha bint Abodliq. Her biography informed that she was born in a righteous household. For her father, Sheikh Ali Abodliq is known as one of the prominent and influential Sufis of the country. And his biography himself informed that he was migrated from Yemen and settled in the plains of Al-Butana. And in the Sufi path, he had been initiated and taken the Sufi pledge under Sheikh Salman At-Twali. And for this, Aisha inherited not only her father's spiritual legacy, but also his strengths of will. For when the time came for him to pass his mantle, the Sufi mantle, the great Wali Sheikh Ali Abodliq was asked, "Who shall succeed you as Khalifa of the Tariqa?" Although there were men in his family, he declared firmly, "My daughter Aisha should carry the carpet after me." This decision was neither hasty nor accidental. It was the recognition of truth already known, Aisha's wisdom, her spiritual depth, and her unwavering commitment to the Sufi path, her commitment to the Sufi path. In doing so, she became the first Sudanese Sufi woman to be entrusted with the Khalifa of Tariq Carpet, a groundbreaking moment in the history of Sudanese Tasawwuf. So one of the remarkable part of her story is that Aisha bint Sheikh Ali Abodliq considers the first Sudanese to assume the Caliphate of the Tariqa, for she became the head of her father's Sufi path. Despite that, in his presence saw a lot of sons and children. But because of her qualification and because of his certainty that she will carry the task and the responsibility of guidance as well as of the Sufi teaching inside her own Sufi path, then Sheikh Ali decided to pass the Caliphate to her. And this is one of the rare events that took place in the country. And maybe it is one of the rare incidents that took place in the entire Islamic world. Her rise and assume to the leadership of the Tariqa was both a victory and a challenge at the same time. In a society deeply shaped by male authority, the sight of a woman at the helm and at the top of a Sufi order, guiding disciples and teaching in the Quranic Khalwa was unfamiliar, even unsettling. Some sought to resolve their discomfort by attaching her identity to her husband, adding his name besides hers. Yet it was clear to all, it was Aisha's presence, her strengths, and her teaching that defined the Tariqa. Her influence grew so dominant that even after her father's passing away, her name outshone her husband's. The illustrious Sudanese folklorist and researcher Ustaz Al-Tayyib Muhammad Al-Tayyib would later reflect on this legacy, the legacy of Aisha bint Abodliq, observing how Sudanese women, empowered by the freedom and support within their fathers' households, made extraordinary contributions to society. Some, like Aisha, did so with such brilliance that they disturbed the male-dominated norms of their time. And beyond her leadership, Aisha lived as a wife and mother. From her marriage to her cousin Badawi Abudliq, she bore children: Ali, Al-Nagar, Sheikh Mudawi, Abdullah, Tajuddin, and Yasin. But her true legacy was not just in her children, it was in the path of light she perceived, the Quranic knowledge she spread and disseminated, and the courage she embodied as a woman entrusted with the spiritual authority of her people. And then, Aisha Abodliq was more than a Khalifa, a successor to her father Karbet, Sufi Karbet, more than a teacher, more than a daughter who inherited her father's mantle. She was a pioneer, one of the strongest Sufi women in Sudanese history. Her story reminds us that the spiritual heritage of Sudan was not carried by men alone, but also by women of faith, courage, and vision. At the end of this episode, the audience, I would like to draw your attention that series of documentaries have been provided tackling the history, the contribution, the legacy of the Sudanese Sufi woman, and it is available in the channel. I am referring here to Sudanese Sufism History and Development channel. Moreover, I would like also to draw your attention, dear listeners and viewers, that I relied on my book, Sudanese Sufi Woman, The Forgotten Legacy, to introduce the legacy, the history, and the contribution of the Sudanese Sufi woman. Till seeing you in another episode. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.